And happy Saturday evening to all you fine folks out there in the World Wide Web. Joining us tonight on Facebook Live and on YouTube for Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports. It is Saturday night, January the 15th, 2022, and we are live and in color. We need you to do us a favor right now. If you're watching on Facebook, if you would hit the like button and then turn around and hit the share button. Matt will put it on your Facebook page and let everybody know that you're friends with Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports and you're watching our show live, and it'll let them be able to watch it live and they can friend us on Facebook. Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports coming to you live tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We are live from our studios in Enterprise, Georgia, our studios in Thompsontown, Georgia, our studios at 100% Flamingo Road, Georgia, and our studio at Parts Unknown, Alabama. Live in all 57 states, 5 foreign countries, 4 sunken islands. Coming to you live tonight from Ichihani, Pakistan, Putin in your pants, Russia, Hung Chow, China, and Cootermonger, Zimbabwe. And if for some reason you would like to catch us on our rerun, this week we will be rerun on Thursday night at 8 o'clock following the live coverage of the Pentecostals of South Alabama as they burn an effigy of Floyd B. Lord.
Easy, Marvin, easy now. Lord, they were buddies. I love the Pentecostals. I wish I could be one. I can't be one, but I wish I could do much fun at church. Now, Pentecostals have even more fun than us Methodists do. I promise you.
And ladies and gentlemen, tonight for the very first time, we are live on the big screen once again in 3 locations tonight. This gentleman has 3 locations. We're coming to you live from Barack's narcissism classes, Mike Daddy tutoring, birth certificate fabricating, and tactics on pretending to be an infidel, live from Chicago, Martha's Vineyard, and Honolulu, Hawaii.
Ease that mouse one more time. We got time. Yeah. One more time. Folks, you got to stay. You better be quick to keep up with Marvin now. So ease it one more time.
Fast.
Barack's narcissism classes, Mac Daddy tutoring, birth certificate fabricating, and tactics on pretending to be an infidel from Chicago, Martha's Vineyard, and Honolulu, Hawaii.
You got him. You nailed him.
You got him.
That might be the last time we hear from him. We be seen, but you nailed him, son.
I told you tonight might be the night, Floyd.
Marvin's trolling.
Oh, son, all them Simpsons, they love that gentleman. Let me tell you, they love him. They don't love us, but they love him. They don't love freedom, but they love him.
No telling what might happen after tonight.
Oh, well.
Open change.
Guys, we are so glad you're joining us tonight. Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. Thank you for inviting us into your home tonight. Once again, don't forget to hit the like button, hit the share button. We're going to have a jam-packed hour. Got a lot of information coming your way. Got a lot of pictures coming your way. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff tonight. We're going to pontificate on some stuff, and we're going to have a good time all while we do it. And so we want you just to sit back, relax right now. Just listen. Just be lighthearted. Don't be worried about anything. And just enjoy yourself for the next hour. Charlie, take it away.
Let me be the first tonight to say congratulations to the new World Heavyweight Championship team, football college team in the nation and all across the world for them Georgia Bulldogs. Boys, congratulations. Two great teams met. 2 classy coaches met, and as Nick Saban told Kirby Smart at the end of the game out there when they were hugging on each other, and I think the guys have got that real true respect for each other. You whooped our butts in the 4th quarter, brother, and that's exactly what happened. But anything can happen when 2 teams of that caliber play each other. Go back a few weeks, fast forward a few weeks, 2 totally different ball games. Congratulations to the Georgia Bulldogs. We kept it right here in the Southeastern Conference, and we kept it side by side, neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
That's my congratulations. Is that fair
Thank you,
enough,
Charlie.
Weasel?
That's good, man. You nailed it. That's
Man,
all you
that's
can do.
good.
I,
That's all you can
I
say.
mean,
That's good.
it was just like a heavyweight world championship NWA World Heavyweight Championship match that I did years ago with Ken Lucas and Jack Briscoe, going 60
Ooh,
minutes,
ooh.
That's been a
and
long time ago, ain't it?
Jack Briscoe's a
then they,
whole. That's a
That's been a
long
long
way
time
time back.
ago.
yeah, everybody's doing this thing on Facebook 10 years back, 10 years, picture 10 years ago, picture 10 years, or picture current. I'm going a little bit further than that, boys. That one was made half my life ago.
Mm.
I was exactly half my age that I am today. I was 33 when that picture was taken in Birmingham with two great friends, one of which we has gone on. Jimmy Golden on the left, still with us, living up in Maryville, Tennessee, and Archie Gouldy, who was probably one of the best athletes and performers in that business ever, came out of Canada. Archie Gouldy was known as the Mongolian Stomper.
I
And
remember.
even being a part of the business, he scared hell out of me when he get on, when he come around. He had that ability to really, really scare you, and he was a super bad guy. But that goes back 33 years ago this past weekend. Pretty good, isn't it?
Oh
Man,
yeah.
that's good. That's good
I
that you can
think so.
remember that far back.
Well, somebody posted it on Facebook, or I would have never remembered it. I didn't do that. Somebody else did, and I saw it, and I thought, well, that was exactly 33 years ago. A lot of things going on. Let's have some fun tonight, guys. But should we get serious stuff out of the way first, and then go to the
Yeah,
fun?
yeah, man.
Huh?
Hey,
Go
we got
to.
serious stuff going on. Yeah, talk
Oh,
about it.
I'm gonna lean on Marvin. I have not talked to Marvin about this subject. I mentioned it to Floyd in a conversation we had earlier in the week. But boy that works with us on the farm brought was sitting around drinking coffee the other morning, and he started reading an article that was on his phone on news feed, and it was prophesying, prolificating, or whatever you want to call it, that by the year 2025, half of Americans, half of you folks that live in the United States of America, would have chips in the hand.
Mm.
And we ain't talking about Fritos, Doritos, or stuff like that. We talking about electronic chips in their hand so that life can be more convenient for all of us. It can be easier to go to the doctor. It can be easier to keep up. Have you had COVID? Have you not had COVID? How many times have you had COVID? And have you been boosted off of the ground so many times and still have COVID? But it's all in a way of making our lives more convenient. Just a few
no, it
minutes
ain't.
ago, whoa, 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 whoa. Just a few minutes ago, news broke. Y'all know what's California right now?
What they doing, John?
A tsunami
Mm.
while
Oh,
we're talking. Well, it's about
that's
over
high
with now,
water.
but they had a eruption, a volcanic eruption under the Pacific Ocean, and I forgot what the exact place in California, but it showed video of water coming in there like you ain't never seen before on the shores of the United States of America.
Mm.
Where I'm going with this, Marvin,
Mm-hmm.
chips in your hand. It's
Mm-hmm.
already being done in Sweden.
Yep.
Uh,
Thousands.
and things in earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, floods, and folks, this ain't got nothing to do with climate change. It's a change, I believe, but it ain't got nothing to do with the climate. Now go where we need to be looking at this, preacher.
Well, I mean, you just said I read that same article you were talking about. Thousands upon thousands of people in Sweden have already inserted microchips under their skin. They've already done it. Now, I've had people ask me, do I think that's the mark of the beast? No, I don't think that in itself is the mark of the beast. I mean, will it be a chip? Very well could be. Now, I'm one of those what they call a pre-trib. I believe that the Christians is going to be gone before the mark of the beast comes in the rapture. I ain't going to get into all that kind of in depth tonight, but that's what I believe. Based upon the Bible, that we'll be taken out before the mark of the beast. But I mean, Charlie, Ray Charles can see that the signs of the Bible are being fulfilled. I mean, it's just very evident. I mean, evident. Let me share this with you to piggyback on what you said. This coming week, these were some top headlines in the news. North Korea is encouraging citizens to make manure from their own poop to counter a shortage of fertilizer. Here's another one just come out today. After school satanic clubs coming to an elementary school near you.
Elementary?
Yeah, elementary.
You know where that's at, Marvin? That is in Moline, Illinois. That's where that is. That's where that's starting from right there. The Satanic Club. Moline, Illinois. That's where they make John Deere tractors, you understand? There's corn, soybeans, wheat everywhere around there. Moline, Illinois. That's where that's starting in the schools. So
what you saying that ain't no thug headquarters for gangs or anything like that. This is Heartland America type deal, and it's going on there. Is that what you saying, Floyd?
That's where it is. That's where it started. That's where that story's from. I read that same story, Marvin. That's where it's from. Moline, Illinois. That's where they're doing. And the school said, "Oh yeah, we got to let them have we got to let them have the use of the buildings for the after school clubs, because we let other organizations like the Boy Scouts and the Girl Scouts have access to buildings, so they can have after school meetings." So now what they're equivocating the same thing with the Boy Scouts to satanic worship. So that's how off kilter we are with some of these school districts and some of these school boards that run these schools. Ooh, I'm telling you what, they're trying to get our children earlier and earlier in order to snatch them away from their parents.
And here's how they do it. Here's how they do it. In 1917, there's a fellow by the name of Karl Marx who brought a new theory of life into the world called Marxism. And his goal was to destroy the family as we know it. And that's what they want to do now. They want to destroy traditional marriage. They want to destroy marriage between a man and a woman. And they want to do all that. And then because they want somebody other than the child's parents to raise them. They want to get them into school so that they can teach them all this mess about satanic worship, about it's okay to do the chips. You need to do it because that's where everything else is going. They are wanting to teach our children that to do away with the history and let's make new history. Let's make our new way of doing things. And that way, if you don't have a history to teach the child, what is the child going to believe? So they're doing everything they could do. They're attacking the family to destroy the biblical picture of a family. They want to destroy that, and then they want to get their hands on the children, just like Floyd said, in kindergarten. And then they want to start indoctrinating them at that early age so that when they get to be, old enough to be an adult, all that stuff fine. They all about it. All about it.
Let me point it out something. You talking about Mac Daddy a little bit earlier, and we talked about education. The brilliant minds of the deadbeat folks on the Dothan School Board hired that woman, Phyllis Edwards, to come in here and completely screw up the Dothan school system. It was already a mess, but she did the rest. Okay? Now, she's suing the city of Dothan, the school board, because she was going to quit. She had already tendered her letter of resignation, but before she delivered it, they voted to accept her resignation. Now she's suing for more money. On her resume, you could go on, I don't know if it's Facebook or I've seen it. She was visited by Mac Daddy himself up there in Georgia where she was, up there north of Atlanta, and patted on the back because she was the first to have a program for 2 and 3-year-olds. Are
Let me
y'all
tell
with
you,
me?
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
the fishing reverend knocked it out of the ballpark Wednesday night. We looking at Proverbs, and here's what we did. America has lost its fear of God because that's what it was
Amen.
based on. All the different proverbs throughout the all through that, the thread that runs all throughout those is wisdom and fearing God. We don't fear God. They're teaching our children there ain't no such thing as a God.
That's
And
right.
and we sitting back and let it happen. Let me ask you something. You hear all these other people making noise. When's the last time you heard a Christian make any noise? When's the last time you heard a Christian stand up and say, I'm not gonna fall for that. I'm not gonna believe that. I'm so proud of some of these places around that has made a stand. Some of these parents just got up in front of the school boards and said, no, you ain't teaching my child that. You're gonna teach my child what's right. I'm so proud of them. I don't know what to do. It's time for the God-fearing folks in the United States to make a stand. If we don't, we ain't gonna have nothing to stand on. They're gonna take it away from us.
Well, that's one thing. That's one thing they want to do with these chips. They want to put these chips in people. They want to do away with a cashless society. They want to do away with a cash society.
Yeah.
They want to make it a cashless society. So you have
Exactly.
no control, zero control over your money, over your finances. They'll know where you spend every penny. They'll know what you spend your money on. They'll know where you are, and that's what they want. Do not, please, y'all, do not fall for this stuff. They make it sound great. Oh yeah, it's like a debit card. That's where they're gonna sell this stuff. It's no more than a debit card or a credit card. You can use it anywhere, anytime. You don't have to worry about writing a check or doing it. You just zoom your hand across that screen there, and hey, you don't even have to check into the doctor's office. You just come in, zoom your hand across the screen. You sit there, and they call your name. And you go back there to see them. That's how they're gonna sell this thing. But they're gearing up. They're gearing up for total control of the human population.
You are
And
right.
they ain't got one way to stop it, and that's for human beings to say, we are not doing that. And I tell you, I'm gonna tell you, I'm old school. I'm not gonna have the chip. I don't know what they're gonna do with me. I don't know. Me and Nadine's done talked about this. She ain't gonna have the chip. I don't know what they're gonna do with us, where they're gonna put us, whatever they're gonna do. And they can do anything they want to do to you. They can do anything they want to do to you. They can freeze your checking account, they can cut your electricity off, cut your phone off, freeze all your credit cards, get all your money. They can destabilize your car. They can get your car where you can't crank it up and go with it because it's got all these computer components in it. So y'all be careful and understand what's going on. We ain't preaching to y'all, but we've had this conversation this week. And we just feel like it's something that's on our heart.
And see, they want to know. They want to know how much money you got. They want to take your money, Floyd, and give it to the folks who don't work for it. They want everything equal. Everybody equal. Everybody gets a trophy. It don't make no difference where you win or not. Everybody gets a trophy. It don't make no difference where you work or not. You're going to get a man that works or a lady that works money. You're going to get their money. We're going to take from them and give to you. What they think they are, Robin Hood?
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something.
That's like that deal in Korea, in North Korea. Now he's this guy over there. Y'all all know about that little old round, short, fat guy with the flat head. That's shooting off missiles and everything everywhere. He has 0 sense. He's a lunatic. He's an inbred lunatic, is what he is.
Rocket
He
Man.
ordered his people. And listen to me now. These people are living on tree bark, crickets, and straw. That's what they're eating if they can get that. He has ordered them to produce so much human excrement, and if they don't, they're not gonna get anything. They're not gonna get any more tree bark if they don't produce enough human excrement so they can use it for fertilizer. Now that's how, and nobody's doing nothing to it. Nobody's saying nothing about it. Nobody's doing. Have you heard Joe Biden say anything negative about that bunch over there? Donald Trump stayed in their face all the time. Joe Biden could care less. He ain't interested unless he can pad his pockets with something. And his family. That's all he's interested in.
And
But
they ain't got no.
they're eating tree bark. But hey man, communism is the greatest thing ever been. Communism, it's socialism 2.0 is what it is. Man, communism is great. You listen to some of these leftist Democrat liberals talking about that crap, talking about how great socialism is. Socialism ain't a thing in the world but watered down communism, and that's what's coming. But that's all I'm breaking down. I'm getting off my box. That's all I'm gonna do tonight. From here on out, it's gonna be Floyd B. Lower.
Let me ask you something, Floyd. Has your cousin Bookie gone back to work since the COVID outbreak?
Bookie ain't gonna get no COVID, man. You think Bookie gonna get COVID? Bookie ain't gonna get no COVID. Yeah, Bookie did get it. You got him a job. Bookie got him a job at the drugstore. He got him a job at the drugstore, and he
I thought he was selling at the dime store that time.
He was selling at the dime store, but I don't think we need to tell that whole story about the dime store with the nuts.
Yeah. He went to work with Dr. Squint, didn't he? He working for Dr. Virgil Squint now, ain't he?
What with his laxative?
Yeah, working with Dr. Virgil Squint up there, ain't he?
He working at the drugstore, got him a job at the drugstore. And you know, we got a veterinarian here in Colquitt, and good veterinarian, man. I mean, he's great. Dr. Russ Henley, man, he can treat a dog like you, and he's got compassion. All of my friends, every dog, every animal, cat we've ever had, we go to Dr. Russ Henley. He's a great guy. Well, he's a little old boy walking around here in town. He walking around here in town, and he prissified. You know, he walking around, got them little tight shorts on, got them flip flops on, walking around, prissing around like that. And he got a little old schnauzer dog. And that little
what kind of shirt he wear, Floyd?
Huh?
What kind of shirt do he wear?
Oh, he got one of them mesh shirts. He like that guy that beat you out with the gas siphon. I believe they kinfolk. He walk around. He got that little old schnauzer dog walking around with that little old schnauzer dog on a leash. He walking around, boy. He's pressing around. Got his tail stuck out, and he's pressing around. The little old dog stopped there. One of he scratch his ear. He go to scratching on that ear, and it bothered this old boy. And he took him to Dr. Russ Henley. And Dr. Russ said, he looked at him. He said, I can shave it off. He said he's scratching that hair on his ear. That's what it's irritating. He said he's scratching that hair. And he said, I can shave it off. He said, but it's going to come back and you're going to scratch it again. He said, what I would recommend you do is get you some Nair hair remover and put on them dog's ears, on your schnauzer's ears. And so the guy said, Nair hair remover. So he goes out there to the drugstore where Bookie's working at. Bookie just got him a job, and then Bookie's back in. Can I hit you? He said, yes. He said, you can, as a matter of fact. He says, I need some Nair hair remover. Look here, I'm about to, you want small, medium, large, or extra large? I think I'll take the extra large. Easy that. So anyway, Bookie, I'll be not back when. So he goes in there and gets it. He gets that big long tube of Nair hair remover. He said, let me see here now. I said, it got some things on here you might need to know about, like some precautions to take. He says, the Nair hair remover says, do not put the Nair hair remover around your eyes and your eyeballs. He said, because it might cause inflammation and discomfort. It is not for my eyes, is what not for my eyes. But then, well, let me read some more on here now. Let me read you some more on here. He said, do not put the Nair hair remover around your nose, because it might cause irritation, inflammation, and discomfort. It's not for my nose. Old prissy boy said. When they got that, do not need the Nair hair remover around your lips. Fellas said, around your what? He said, around your lips. You do not need the Nair hair remover around your lips. And the guy said, it's not for my lips. It's not for my nose. It's not for my eyes. It's for my schnauzer. But he said, what are they thinking about? What you think about schnauzer? And me see. Nymphs. No, he said, I don't think nothing about not using it around your snout, but he said, but if I was you, I wouldn't be riding no bicycle. Oh, Lord have mercy. That's Bookie. That's my old buddy Bookie, old Snuff Bookie. You know, he loves that stuff. Now, Bookie ain't gonna get the COVID. Bookie Snuff is a deterrent against COVID. COVID cannot get past that snuff that Bookie did. And I ain't talking about, some of these boys you see them walking around with the blue jeans. They got the little can. They got the little Copenhagen can or whatever they call it. They get a Kodiak or whatever. They'll pack on that can and they'll open that can up. They get them a little thing, yeah. Put it down there between the cheek and the gum. My cousin Bookie, he don't fool. He calls that women's snuff. He said he get that railroad or tube rolls. Railroad meal snuff or tube roll. He'll pull that lift out here. He'll take that can like that and he'll peel part of that paper off. Some of y'all out there in South Alabama putwooders know what I'm talking about. Y'all seen this bloody go live. I've seen it. I've seen my grandmama do it. They take that paper off so they won't dip that paper. They get that, they stuff that stuff down. They stomach, get them give them a big, I'm talking about a big charge in the lips and in the mouth and the and they go to puffing out. It go to puffing out like a steam engine go puffing. It go be blowing snuff everywhere. And if you're anywhere around, if any of y'all had grown up with folks like I grew up with, you knew to get back. You need to get back. Especially if you've seen a woman fix to put her some stuff down in there, some of that tube road, you get back. Cause let me tell you, it's coming. She's fixing. It's fixing the fog, the whole, and they would do it in church. I remember out there in church, out there at Bellevue Church, I see them old women in there. They slip in there. They slip in the church in there. That's when it was in the old wood church out there, fishing revels. At Bellevue Free Will Baptist Church. They slipping out there some in the pocket, and they reach down there. Those preachers be going there. Amen, Brother Clinton, amen. And then they get gagged, and you see them. They open my pocketbook up. And they get them a jar. They had them a jar in there. They take that lid off that jar. They blow them, they spew them a stream in there. Put the lid back on that jar. Y'all think I'm kidding you? Some of y'all out there probably listen to me, seen the whole thing. Y'all seen this whole thing unfold before you. They put that lid on there. They put it back out. We're ready to go then. We shout now. Come on, come on.
Floyd, you remember when they used to do it, and every now and then they get a little bit up their nose and they sneeze by the time.
Yeah, they sneeze. They put it up their nose so they sneeze and blow it everywhere. Blow it everywhere. It used to.
Go ahead.
Used to, we had some farmers around here, and one of them was, and he was one of the greatest, and I ain't making fun of him. He's one of the greatest guys that ever lived. I loved him to death. But his name was Mr. P.A. Hines, and Mr. P.A. Hines, he every time you see him, I seen him before. He'd have him a starched shirt hanging in the truck so he could put a fresh shirt on, go to the bank or somewhere they just all been in to get a part or something. But he was dressed, had that little hat on. He'd had that little old hat. He'd be cocked over sideways. And I don't know why. I think he probably choose Red Man or Levi Garrett or something. One of them old good, leafy, moist, tobacco, loose leaf tobacco. He put it, and he had a truck. He always had him and this would have been like in the mid '60s, late '60s when I first, because I knew him all my life, but I see him, and he was a big farmer. He was a good farmer, but the whole side of his truck, whole side where he sat would just be it looked like somebody had just painted this long brown streak along the side of it, because he'd be riding down the road, he'd be talking, he'd spit out that window. He'd spit out the window, and they all down the side of the truck. Never quit, man. Keep rolling. But folks used to love chewing tobacco around. I don't see folks chewing tobacco like they used to chew around here.
Lord, when Doodle died and Judson got his truck, we cleaned it out, and we got a garbage bag full of tobacco leaves from the floorboard.
Just out the floorboard where you drop them down in there. That was your granddaddy. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
That was it. Go ahead.
We are glad to have with us tonight the fishing reverend back from his sabbatical. He's been on sabbatical for 2 or 3 weeks, and he is back tonight, and he is in full-blown color with
Amen.
a Seminole shirt on tonight.
Yes,
Reverend, Tell us about the fishing.
Hey, the fishing has been sporadic here lately because of weather and schedule. Although I did go Monday, coldest, windiest day of the week. No joke. 14.9 pound blue cat, the only bite of the day, and that's what I caught. And as soon as I caught that rascal, I got off the water. I made sure I went fishing for y'all this week, and that's what I caught.
Look at him. Whoa, wait a minute. How much you say? 14? It looked like he's laying on your cell phone.
That's it. No, it's a big old live well.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. That's all right. It looks like it's your cell phone he's laying on.
Floyd, you got him in. You got him in, Floyd. He can't say nothing now.
No. That's a live well. That's probably a 40-gallon live well.
I got you. Okay. All right. Yeah. That's a good
What? Whoa. Who makes a 40-gallon live well for a fishing boat? Would you let me know the company name on that, please?
I was speaking evangelistically right there.
We'll move
Call me if you know somebody.
All right. These are the garnies right here, aren't they?
Yeah, Wayne and Presto and Audrey. They've been fishing Spring Creek. And man, I tell you what, they have been tearing them up. If anybody will get the Daddy of the Year award, old Wayne Garney takes his babies fishing.
Yeah, that's good.
And if you know anything about Spring Creek, that's real close to, I think it's called Rawls Water. Is that what it's called?
Rawls Landing.
Landing. Yeah, that's close to Rawls Landing. Yeah.
Where's Rawls Landing? Somebody help me with that.
It's right south of Highway 91 going into Cockwood. You turn off like going toward Iron City on 45, and then turn right back off of 45 going in there. It's in the city limits.
I was going to ask you.
Fishing hole. Old fishing place.
It's about
a lot of times,
Spring Creek.
Preacher, when somebody says Spring Creek, they're actually talking about Lake Seminole.
Yeah.
So theoretically, if you really cut through all the terminology, where does Spring Creek end and Lake Seminole begin?
Is it Fish Pond Drain? Is it close to that area? Where? Let me ask you this: where does Spring Creek originate? How far north of Miller County?
It originates in Miller County.
No, it comes up Early County.
That's right. There's a spot where you cross it. You cross it on 62, and it's about that wide. It's just a little bitty. Oh, they're pretty.
Ooh, look at there.
I know from that knife. I can tell you, looking at that knife right there, that's a lie right there.
John Edward Wells sent this in, and he said that he caught those today and then went this afternoon and limited out on doves.
No. Where did he catch brim this time of the year?
I don't have a clue. I'm just telling you. That's what he said. And then here's his supper for the night. Look right there. Look what a
good gracious. Now that looks good.
Right there, son.
Is that before or after?
And I had to show this picture right here when he caught his lip right there.
That's the biggest. Yeah, that's the biggest sucker he ever caught right there.
Hey, what I'm gonna do next week? I'm gonna wait for it to get cold again and real windy, and I'm gonna go fishing that day too. I don't go fishing on good weather days anymore.
I got you.
Well, I know you believe and you are in the house of the Lord on Sunday. But if you really want to do what you just said you'll do, if you go ahead and hook up before you go in the morning, you see, and just leave the morning service and go on down to Lake Seminole, and let's all get our boats and life vests and everything ready to go look for the preacher later on, because tomorrow will be your day.
Hey, I'll probably see a few church folk already down there.
Ooh, 45-mile-an-hour winds.
I done got too old to fish in cold weather.
Hey, I do apologize for skipping out on y'all last couple of weeks, and I appreciate y'all letting me come back. Y'all are very kind to me, and I appreciate that. What are y'all laughing about? Even in my absence, Chief Holt said y'all did nothing but speak well of me.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, yeah. But that ain't the story I got. I got cornered up the other Sunday, and one of our constituents just done cornered me up. Won't know why come out that I had to get back on the show because when I left, there was nobody here to defend you.
Woo, thank you, Chick. I appreciate that. I really do.
So I don't know. I don't know.
Hey,
I know.
Somebody mentioned Bellevue a while ago, and I just want to give a plug for Bellevue Free Will Baptist Church. That's where I was saved July 29, 1983. I don't know if anybody was dipping snuff, but that's the night the Lord saved me. Bellevue Free Will Baptist Church.
That's what I'm talking about.
You got it at a good place, man. Let me tell you what, there's been a many good soul come through them doors.
Yes, sir.
That's the old Cornerstone Church.
That's where my mama and daddy drugged me when I was a boy. And me and my daddy got baptized the same day. We was going to church, got saved the same day, and got baptized in Spring Creek at Williams Old Mill the same day. That's how they used to do it.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, Reverend, are you gonna try to be back with us next Saturday night with some?
I am. I'm gonna do my best to go fishing. I'm gonna try to catch me a 16-pounder and fill up that 40-gallon live well.
Have a good.
Well,
I'm gonna have to admit now, Floyd got you tonight. Now you're gonna have to get up early in the morning to beat him. He got you tonight with that.
It ain't the first time I've been got. I can promise you that.
Have you got brother? Have you got a what do you call Photoshop on your phone? Right?
I can edit photos. Yeah, I can make it look like I got hair if I wanted to.
Well, I just wonder if we could go back several shows and take that 32-pound catfish that you had and see if the size was not reduced down.
And like bad reception.
And like Floyd said, put on top of a cell phone that you claim to be a 40-gallon live well.
Not all fishermen are liars.
Good liars.
We look forward to seeing you next Saturday night.
All right. Thank y'all. Have a good day.
Have a good one.
So Marvin, you just gonna cut the preacher off?
No, he was ready to go.
Cut him off. He was ready to go.
He ready to go. He give Marvin a sign. He's ready to go.
Floyd, tell him about MC Construction.
Marion Cobb, local guy right here in Miller County, Georgia. Been here his whole life. Does any kind of construction work you need done around your house, roofing, painting, decks built, doors hung, flooring put down, whatever you need. Marion can do it for you. He knows how to do it. He knows how to manage the job. He knows how to spend your money correctly. You check old Marion out right there, 229-400-2575. Been in the business 30 years, at least 30 years. Don't call the rest, just call the best. Call Marion. Marion, one of our good friends. He stays with us every week, and we try to help him out, but he's a good guy. So, and I'm going to tell you now, folks, it's hard to find. It's hard to find you somebody that'll work around your house now, that do work for you. Folks ain't wanting to work no more, but Marion wants to work. He grew up working, and he knows what it means. He's done a good job. He's been prosperous, so y'all give him a call. 229-400-2575. Marion Cobb.
Guys, I forgot to put this picture up a little earlier. Here's Brecken Boyd. He is getting back on the tournament road. They sent me the tournament list. I think he's got 10 or 12 tournaments coming up, and there's 2 that he recently caught right there on a tournament. I forget, how old is he, Floyd? About 10 years old?
He's about 9 or 10. Yeah, I talked to his daddy today, and they fixed to get on the tour. He just got accepted into the Bass Masters. So wow. He's a show dog now. Let me tell you, he's for real. He ain't playing around. He's for real. He's a real fisherman. I think he caught them 2 today. They was out fishing today. Him and his daddy out fishing today. But he knows, that boy knows how to fish. I think he's a fish charmer. But he can get them. He can put them in the boat.
Them's 2 good ones right there.
Yes, sir.
Right there. He caught them. He caught them himself.
Guys, it's auction time, Saturday, February the 5th at 10 a.m., 372 Womble Road, on site, the estate of the late Wayman Womble. There'll be a John Deere tractor, all kind of loaders, a quad cab 2013 Ford truck, all kind of equipment, all kind of implements, tools, air compressors, a 40-foot Connex box, you name it, it will be there. All items will sell to the last and highest bidder. That is Saturday, February the 5th, 10 a.m. on site at the house, 372 Womble Road, Colquitt, Georgia, the estate of Wayman Womble.
I got a question on that one right there. Did them arrangements ever get made?
What arrangements?
Them arrangements on that last little ad right there.
Yeah, that was a credit application still impending.
That's like a public service.
That was a public service. We do them for free. Public service.
Like church, like church announcements, special events at churches. That's kind of a public service deal.
Associational meetings, all day singing and eating on the grounds and all that.
Same thing as that. That's what that is. It's tax deductible. So
these well, it'll have to be because they won't have no money left to pay the taxes. These people that's coming to the auction with them two auctioneers there that's gonna be doing that one, they fit to get took.
we work for our clients, man. We work for the seller. We work for the seller.
I can hear him now. That's a baby doll. Come on. Start the show, bro. Start the show. Yeah, see, Queasel and I like to deal on facts. We have this thing together. Queasel and I are the one half of this 4-man team that deals on facts. Mm-hmm. It's just like it's never been revealed why Queasel lost the world championship gas siphoning contest.
Yeah, it was too.
Yeah, no. Yeah. We've described the winner to you.
We described the winner. If you can't figure that out.
Well, you got to understand. It was bring your own vehicle. Queasel drive there on a 250 Ford diesel. That boy was on a Mazda Miata. That did have something to do with it.
It was that sucking power was what got it.
No, that's what it was.
Is that vacuum?
That's what it was.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you. Let me tell you about these two right here. I seen them in action one time, Charlie. Let me tell you this. Here. I don't know if I've told you about this. Here. I seen these two in action. We was doing a. I think it was a benefit. I can't remember. Anyhow, we had some ice skates that was signed by some Olympic gold medal ice skater. What done won a gold medal, and so these rascals was gonna sell them. So they had them up there on the stage and had everything ready, and had the only thing about it is, what they decided they was gonna do was they was gonna sell one ice skate at the time. I still didn't think about it. I didn't know nothing about it. So they went over and looked around, they picked one up and they sold it. I don't forget how much they got, way yonder more than it was worth. And then turned around, come to find out the skate. The professional skater didn't autograph but one of them to make the pair, so they had to turn around and that same man had to buy the other ice skate, so he had to pay twice for one pair of ice skates to get the one with the name on them.
Let me ask you this: was there a letter? Was there a letter of authenticity attached to them ice skates?
Oh no! All they had was their word. I mean, who's gonna doubt they word?
That's authentic enough right there. When we tell you something, we tell it like it is and sell it like it is.
Okay.
Hey, Floyd. Nick Stelgrove said your saying is "rock and rock wheel deal here." What's that?
That's a baby.
I've heard that before.
That's a popping good Billy.
That's a popping good Billy go. Y'all, on a serious note, TC Bear Hill is one of our sponsors. I've been knowing TC ever since our days in Saudi Arabia working auctions over there. And TC was kind of mentored. He grew up in the auction business. His stepfather was one of the superior auctioneers in the world, and he was a legend in the auction business. His stepdad was named Jim Parks, who was one of the smartest people I ever knew or worked for or met in my life. And there was another gentleman that was associated with that group, used to be the Parks Davis auction group out of Texas. And there was a guy by the name of Jimmy Butler, Mr. Jimmy Butler. He passed away last night. Jimmy left us last night, and I worked a lot of sales with Jimmy. Jimmy was one of the greatest premier ring men in the business. He had that personality. He had that attitude. He knew what was going on. He knew everything that was happening as that item was being sold. He knew it. But he passed away last night at the age of 85. He had him a ranch in Trenton, Texas. Him and his wife, they would come and I when I was auctioneering for TC all over the country, going everywhere. Jimmy and Miss Kay Butler, they would come. Jimmy'd work the ring. Miss Kay, she'd clerk. We'd be back and forth auctioneering. Just had the greatest time. Just wonderful people. Their daughter, she's a ring man. She works auctions, works sales. But anyway, I tell a story about Jimmy, and I love stories. I love people. I met some of the most interesting people in the world through the auction industry, through the auction business. But Mr. Jimmy, he was a cowboy. He had him a big, always had him a big straw cowboy hat on, had his Western clothes on, had him a belt, and Jimmy was rotund, kind of like Marvin, rotund. He was rotund like that. He was a little bit. He might have been a little squatty. He might have been built a little bit more like a fire plug than Marvin did, but he was rotund. And he wear that belt. He wear that big cowboy belt with that big Marvin buckle on it. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Had the big
hook cap.
He was a cowboy. Had that cowboy hat. We met up somewhere. I don't know, Wisconsin or Minnesota or Illinois or somewhere. We meet down there in the lounge. You know, everybody get in on the airplane. TC tried to get everybody in at about the same time on the airplane. We was down there wherever we were staying at the motel there. Or the hotel, wherever we was at, we'd meet down in the lounge, and we sit down there and we study our Bible verses and that stuff, for the next day. And anyway, Jimmy, he come in there and he said, "Boy, let me tell y'all." He said, he laughed. He said, "Man, I ain't never." He said, "Y'all know folks is crazy." He said, "These folks is crazy on these airplanes." He said, "Let me tell you what happened to me." He said, "Me and Kay, we was come through the line, checking in, didn't have much of it. They took it, little stuff in their bag. We wasn't gonna stay but 1 or 2 nights. They said, I had my stuff. They said they went through my bag, checked all my bag out and everything." He said they motioned Miss Kay. That was his wife, Miss Kay, to go on through. He said they wheeled me off to the side. He said, "I'm looking at it, man." He had that cowboy hat on. He, "Man, what you gonna do?" He said, we gonna search you. We gonna check you out." He said, "For what?" He said, "Man, they run the wand over him, had to hold his hands up. They run the wand all down 20 legs, everywhere, all over his head, had to take his hat off, had to take his boots off, had to take his belt off, everything." He said, "I thought they were going to want me to take my breeches off the next thing." He said, "They running the wand all over." I said, "Man, what are you doing?" He said, we checking suspicious people that's boarding the plane. Said we checking them for explosives." He said, he looked at those guys. He said, I told him, I said, "Are you crazy?" He said, "I'm 75 years old." He said, "I'm overweight." He said, "I may drop dead in the next 30 minutes. He said, "Plus I take 12 pills a day to stay alive. And you think that I'm going to get on an airplane and blow myself up?" Say, "Y'all are nuts." That's about how crazy it is, guys.
It is.
Let me on serious.
I'm gonna miss him. I loved him. I see him on these auctions. Hadn't seen him since the last sale. It's been, I don't know, a couple of years for it. Helped TC do any auctions, and he had kind of quit before that. But he was a great guy. Jimmy Butler. I remember you.
One more, Floyd, from the generation of when country music was country, we lost this afternoon. That probably was the voice of country music in America for years and years. Mr. Ralph Emery passed away at the age of 88 this afternoon. That was another. He was seen on TV on Nashville Now. He had his own syndicated radio show. Started out working midnight to 6, I guess it was, in the morning at WSM 50,000 watt, Nashville, Tennessee, and he did a lot for country music through the years.
He was.
He
was great.
And
the only person I reckon that probably, I know in the United States, that has had more facelifts than Ralph Emery is Joe Biden. Hey, Ralph Emery, I remember you.
Whoa! Nancy Pelosi, you forgetting lovely?
Right.
Yeah.
Kenny Rogers too. Guys, it's time for Floyd's short lists and books and definitions brought to us by our exclusive sponsor in perpetuity. That would be none other than Berry Hill Auctioneers, our good friend T.C. Berry Hill.
T.C. Berry Hill, my man. I love you, T.C. Here's Floyd's short list. And the short list, it's a short list of actually what's happening here. So it ain't many. It's pretty. Y'all understand. Y'all know what the short list is. Here's the short list starting out. Taliban Muslims that have been abducted by space aliens. They look down and say, no, no Abdullahs. Don't bring me no more Abdullahs up here. We get nothing out of them. It's void. So here's another one. Taliban Muslims that have ever heard of a space alien. Here's one you need to think about. Coronavirus cases among the Taliban Muslims in Afghanistan. Have y'all heard of any big outbreak of corona? The variant, what, the Delta and the Omicron? Y'all heard any of that from the Taliban Muslims in Afghanistan? Very low. I don't know whatever they doing, that's what we need to do over here, I guess. Here's one right here. Leftist Democrats that plan to vacation in Afghanistan. Leftist Democrats, y'all call me if y'all want to go to Afghanistan. Call me. I know some folks over there. I know somebody in Saudi Arabia. They probably know some over there. So call me, y'all. Any of y'all leftist Democrats. Here's another leftist Democrats that understand logic.
That is a real short list.
Ooh.
Yeah. Baptists, Methodists, and Catholics that think they're going to hell.
Woo!
Here's a short list.
What about it, Marvin? Wait a minute, Floyd. What about it, Marvin? I see you winking up there. I don't hear you saying nothing. Huh?
This is brought to us tonight
by Baptists, Methodists, and Catholics that think they going to hell. And here's what I'm doing this. I'm just going to throw this one in. Jews that believe there is a hell. Let's move on. Hey, full service. What equal opportunity? Is that what y'all say? Here, what environmentalists that think humans are more important than snails, insects, and fish.
And mussels.
Good one.
People who use more Depends diapers than Joe Biden. Here's one I ain't left out my Pentecostal brothers. Pentecostal preachers that believe in sprinkling over baptism. Whoa! With that sprinkling. That's sprinkling. Just sprinkle on somebody. Got to duck them. Get them down. Get them under and hold them there till they can't breathe. And get them up. And then they go to gasping and they go to wheeze. Hallelujah. Here we go. Amish women that have a tattoo. Okay, I hope the Friction Reverend is still listening. Free Will Baptist preachers, Catholic priests, and Jewish rabbis that have ever castrated a bull calf. Here's one. Amish women who have never castrated a bull calf. I think that's about all I got for tonight. Looks to me like let's see, did I miss one? Yeah, here's one. Yeah, I missed one right here. Hip hop lyrics that include the words, I've been loving you too long, or I fooled around and fell in love, or hello, darling.
There you go.
There you go.
That's it. Hippity hoppity tunes that some of your grandchildren are playing, and you're sitting there. What do you say there? Listen to the lyrics of them sometime. Here's the last one. Here it is. That old go-to every time. including his bowels and his bladder, things that Joe Biden has any control over. And that's it for me, Marvin.
Oh, all right, Charlie. It's 2 minutes till.
With that being said, thank you, Donald Trump,
Yep.
for the appointments you made to the U.S. Supreme Court.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Because that added one more thing that Joe Biden had no control over, including his bladder and bowels, and that is a decision with a conservative majority on the court. Sorry, Uncle Joe. The reality, with all your other problems, is setting in. Now, let's hope the citizens of this country start doing their research on all these political candidates, including those in Georgia and Alabama, Meemaw, the whole crowd, and look back and see, Meemaw up until 2002 was a Democrat. That means up until then she approved abortion and everything else the Democrats stood for. You'll find that with a lot of politicians, because the only way they could get elected was to be a Republican.
They do this, Charlie. Which way the wind's blowing?
Go all four ways with it. You're right. Pray for our nation. Pray for one another. Love one another. We love you, and we appreciate you giving us a little time to sit around your house with you and laugh and talk about some serious matters, because things are getting serious in this country and this world. So remember that, and be in prayer for this country and for one another. It's to you, Queasel.
Well, I just kind of want to join in there with what you've been saying. It's just been it's just an honor for people to let us in, to put up with some of our foolishness, and every now and then we might say a little something serious. It might mean a little something, and but I'm just glad people done it. I just want to tell you, just remember this: it's more important to be biblically correct than it is politically correct. Don't fall for that stuff. Don't fall for it. If you want to know what to do, there's a book called the Holy Bible. It's inspired by God. It's God's word. It's alive. As long as it is God is sitting on the throne, it's going to be alive. So don't ever say I ain't got no hope, because as long as you know about that book, you got hope. Don't say that there's no hope for the United States. This is, with all our problems, it's still the greatest country there is in the world. We all got family members that went and fought, some that got injured, and some that even died. For us to have this freedom, for us to have the freedom for these people to try to tear us down, and they trying to take that freedom away. Just remember that. If you don't know what to do, pick up that book. It's 2 words, wrote Holy Bible. Pick it up, and it's in there. It tells you exactly what you need to know. It tells you how to deal with everything that we're facing, because we've already hit on it. None of this has caught God by surprise, not one bit of it. He knew it was coming. He has prepared us for times such as these. And I want to tell you something. Instead of getting mad and fussing and all that, you know what? We ought to be proud that we're the people that's going to get to stand in the gap. We are here to stand in the gap for we could be the last chance Christianity has. So let's stand up. Let's defend our Lord and Savior, and let's defend Him defiantly. Let's let people know we ain't putting up with it. We ain't taking it. You do what you want to do, but it ain't for me. We got to do it. We got to do it the Christian way. We got to do it with love, but we do not have to buy into all this crap that they're putting out there that they want us to do. You're right. Times are serious. And when times get serious, it's time for people to get serious. So it's time for us Christians to stand up, make that stand, do what we need to do. I love y'all. I love to laugh and joke and cut up. But when it comes to talking about the Lord and all that stuff, I love to get serious about that, because he is the most important thing in my life. And I just want to be able to tell everybody and tell them what He done for me, and that I don't believe in for 1 minute, one bit of none of this stuff they're spinning. So I'm hanging my hat on Jesus' side. Floyd, how about you?
Yes, sir. Amen. 100%, buddy, all the way. Look at him. I don't know exactly when we started this show. About 2 years ago, I think is when we started, wasn't it, Marvin? I know after the corona really hit and everybody was able to locking everybody down, shutting everybody in the house, and scaring the daylights out of everybody that everybody was going to die with this mess. We started doing this about 2 years ago. We kind of got together, all four of us talking about this thing, said, why don't we get on that? Marvin, he said, I can get us on the YouTube or whatever, Facebook. He said, we can do us a show on there. And of course, Marvin, he knows all this stuff. We said, yeah, man, let's do it on Saturday night. We started out on Friday night. Then Friday night got to be a bad night, so we done it on Saturday night, which I love doing it on Saturday night. Me and Nadine stay home. We don't go nowhere, man. We done been to so many places in our life. I done forgot more places than I ever been to. Forgot about it. But we stay home on Saturday night, and a lot of people stay home on Saturday night, and a lot of y'all watch us. I'm surprised at the people that do watch us. I hear all along. My wife was talking to a friend of hers this week. They were having a conversation that I never knew watched us. And she said, "Oh yeah," she said, "we watch y'all every Saturday night." I said, "We can't wait." I had no idea they was watching. But we come into y'all's homes. We get serious. We get funny. Ain't nothing but the truth, what we telling y'all, 100% the truth. That's the way we see it, 100% the truth. Now, some of these stories, some of these bookie stories might be a little bit, might stretch them a little bit just to make it sound good, but most all of them 100% the truth. So, and yes, there is a real bookie. He's out there. Bookie's out there. Y'all probably know one in your life somewhere. But we enjoy coming with y'all. We started this thing 2 years ago. Man, I'm telling you what, time just flies. It flies. Mm-hmm. Take every opportunity you have to tell the people that you are around, the people in your family and the people that you love, you tell them that you love them. You tell them you're thinking about them, and you ask them and say, anything I can do for you to make your life any better. You reach out to people. Do not hold grudges against people. Let it go. God will take care of all of that. Let that go. Let that go. Let that go. Get on the straight and narrow. Get on the right path. Get things straightened out, because we don't ever know. We don't ever know. Like Jimmy Butler, he laid down in his bed last night to go to sleep, and he didn't wake up this morning. But we don't ever know. But we love y'all. God, thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. Praise God for all the blessings he's bestowed upon us. Nadine's doing good. She had a good report yesterday. We went back to her doctor. Everything looks good. It's been a struggle. It's been a challenge. It's been a hard road. But listen, everybody's got a mountain to climb, and we climbing this one. So thank y'all for your prayers. Thank y'all for all your thoughts. Every time I look around, somebody say, "Hi, how's your wife? How's Miss Karen?" I say, and I tell them, I say, she's blessed. We doing good. But thank y'all. Thank y'all for letting us come into your home.
Guys,
Marvin, I'm done.
Guys, thank you. We appreciate every one of you inviting us into your home. I'll echo what they said. It's an honor, an honor and an humble honor that you would have us in your home on Saturday night. You could be watching anything else on television. You could be doing anything else, but you invite us into your home. I want to remind you what tomorrow is. It's Sunday. You know what day it is. I want to encourage you. If it's where you can go to church, I encourage you, go to church. If you can't go to church, tune in, watch a service on television, watch a service online. Make sure you give the Lord his due. Scripture this week, Jesus said, if you hold to my teaching, you are really my disciples. Then you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. It comes from the book of John, chapter 8. The word of God, the unchangeable truth, the word of God. Leave you with this tonight. Here's a little bit from Dr. Seuss. It's about good advice. Then he spoke great words of wisdom as he sat there on that chair. To eat these things, said my uncle, you must exercise great care. You may swallow down what's solid, but you must spit out the air.
Good words.
Yep.
Dr. Seuss. Guys, we love y'all. We hope you have a blessed week. We'll be back same time, same place next week, right here, Facebook and YouTube. Do something good for somebody this week. Show an act of kindness to somebody. Love the Lord this week. Guys, we love you. No matter what you do in life, always be protected. Good night, y'all.
Good night.
See you.